going to make some pastry cream now. We're going to do 3, and we're going to make 3 different flavours of pastry cream. So the first thing we're going to do is get a bowl for the egg whites. I've already made some Italian meringue there. You might have seen that on the other video. By whisking the egg whites up, heating the sugar up, 100 grams of sugar, and 30 millilitres of water to the between 150 and 120 degrees, and pour it on the meringue. That's called Italian meringue. We're going to mix that with pastry cream. That's called Chliboust. So we've got 3 different types here that we're going to make later, which we're going to show you. We're going to do a little taste test of it. My cameraman, so he doesn't know, I'm going to switch them around a bit. Otherwise, I reckon he's going to prefer the one with the cream in. One's going to have cream, one Italian meringue, one with butter. The butter, in effect, should be similar to the cream. So basically, butter is just make it a bit creamy. So we also need 60 grams of sugar. That's good. Then we whisk these up together first. So we whisk the sugar. Now normally I do this on the machine, but some of you might not have a machine, so I'm just going to show you this. Speed this up. At the moment it looks quite yellow. After a while it will go really white. If you do it on the machine, it'll be a lot quicker. Right, but I'm just going to show you that you don't need a machine to do it. Yeah, then we're going to add the flour, a little bit of flour. And it's funny because I've got 2 recipes. So I've got a school recipe, then I've got a practical cookery book, which I was looking, and the practical cookery book has a lot more flour in. This one has, it's on a different bit of paper now, had about twice as much flour in, so I reckon it was a little bit thick. I've made some here. So I'm going to make it with the school recipe this time, and only put 10 grams of flour in, and about 7 or 8 grams of cocoa. So once it's whisked up like so, you can whisk it a little bit more, and if you whisk it over hot water, it dissolves and it whisks up. We don't need it whisked up too much, but we do want it whisked up a little bit to save it going lumpy. So we're just going to do 5 grams of custard powder. This is for 2 egg yolks. 6 grams, that's close enough. And we're going to do about 10 grams of this. And that's about right. So we're going to whisk that up. And the other one had a lot more flour than this. Yep, I'm going to give it a good whisk up. I've already heated the milk up, by the way. And you could put vanilla pudding. I'm just going to use vanilla essence today. This one goes back to here. That's just cleaning the sugar pan that I heated up. This goes in here a little bit at a time. Normally whisk it up first actually, and just pour it in as it's whisking, and it's less likely to go lumpy. So into here like so. And we're going to normally put it back into a clean pan, so I've got a clean pan here. Give this a whisk up. And we're going to heat it back. It will only take roughly 2 minutes to heat back up. I'm going to keep the whisk just in case I need it. Sometimes it goes a bit lumpy. So we make this, at school we normally make this and we fill the pastry tarts with this, but we've got some Mille fleur here. We've got some puff pastry which we've actually made yesterday. Oh, did we make? No, we made it today. That's on the other video. It only took me 8 minutes to make it from scratch, and to get the 6 the folds in. You can either get like 3 or 4 layers each time. So I did 6. I folded it 6 times in the 8 minutes. So I don't know if you need to bring the camera a bit nearer. That would be good. Cheers, cameraman. So this will get thick now. Now there's 3 things in here that will thicken it, which is the custard powder, the flour and the egg yolk. At about 75 degrees, 75 to about 80 degrees, the egg yolk will thicken stuff up. So it will thicken it up just because you can have egg custard. Also, and then flour, gelatinization will be in the corn flour, which is the custard powder and the flour. So once this boils up, we should get, it should be getting thick. As you can see, it's starting to get thick now. I've reduced the flour a lot in this one. It's come to the boil and it's not that thick. So as you can see, it could have been a lot thicker. It should be a little bit thicker. Maybe I reduced the flour too much. Or maybe I should have done an in-between. You can't put the flour in now. My pet hate actually is when pupils put flour or corn flour in without diluting it. So I am going to cheat here a little bit, I'm just going to make sure it does come to the boil. And I don't think I put enough flour in it, but I'm not going to put more flour in it now because that's hard to dilute. I'm going to dilute a little bit of corn flour. Just wait till it comes to the boil, which I think it is. I don't think it, once it boils, it won't get much thicker than when it boils. So if it doesn't get thick when it boils, this would be okay actually if it was for certain things. But for the, oh actually this is actually getting a little bit thicker now, so maybe I don't need to actually. As you can see, it's getting thicker. I thought it was boiling. Now I can actually see the bubbles in there, so it's actually boiling. I don't like it too thick, and the other stuff I've made is slightly too thick. So this will be okay actually, especially when it cools down. As you can see, it's starting to get thick. So this school recipe, I think it's better than the one in the practical cookery book, which is the one they use at college. As you can see, it gets quite thick, not too thick, but if it will evaporate a little bit. And the egg, with this, normally for some reason the egg doesn't sort of scramble too much, even though it's boiling, which is weird. So as you can see like that, I'm just going to do 10 more seconds and I'm going to take it off the heat. It's a little bit runny, but the stuff I made earlier is actually too thick. So if I whisk it together, I think that'll be good. So as you can see here, turn it off. So what I'm going to do actually, this I think will taste better. Oh, I'm going to put some vanilla essence in it, thank you. This is a little bit runny. When it gets thick, it will go thicker. If it was in a tartlet, that would be the right consistency. But for here, you have to pipe it in. It has to be a little bit thicker. But this is a little bit too thick. So I'm going to put some vanilla in here anyway. A couple of teaspoons. It's not very strong, that vanilla extract. Then I'm going to put it into a bowl. But we might do the same of the taste test with this one. I'm going to whisk in some of the stuff that's slightly too thick actually. We're going to do a little taste test first though. But we're going to do it with these ones, then I'm going to put them all in here and whisk it up. So the taste test, to stop this getting a skin, you can just put a bit of sugar on it and wrap it up, but I'm going to only do that for 2 minutes. We're going to do a 2-minute taste test. So the taste tests are going to be, I've got loads of spoons out ready for the taste test. One with melted butter, which is the Mousseline, believe it or not, because I always think it's Italian meringue rather than Italian, but so this one's got butter, so it'll make it more creamy, because obviously the pastry cream is only actually milk, no cream in it. This one should have whipped cream, but I'm just going to put a little bit of normal cream in it, unwhipped up, so you don't have to wait around. So this will make it taste a bit more creamy, so I'm just going to put in, normally you put in a percentage of whipped cream. Obviously in Mille, you can just use confectionery custard or fresh cream, but in the continent in France they quite often have pastry cream. So that one's got cream in, and this one's going to have some Italian meringue in, which we've got in here. That might be better folded in a little bit warm, to be honest, because obviously stirring this in might be a bit difficult, but we'll have a go. That would be better, I'd say. But I'm going to have a taste, but also I'm going to get my thing in. My cameraman will have to turn his back to the camera. Turn his back, otherwise he's going to know. And you will have to know which one. So we're going to give him, as you can see, which one we're giving him first. We're giving him this one. So this is, we're not saying which one it is though. You'll have to say which one. So that's number one. Number one. Number two. And then you'll have to say which one you prefer. I'm going to see if I remember which one I just gave him. Number three, and I might not be doing it in any order. And number three. Which one did you prefer and why?
The first one.
Okay, I think he actually did. I think he knew he was going to like that one. That's the one with the cream. Don't remove that. That's the meringue.
Cream butter meringue.
And I think it tastes all pretty good actually. You did well to taste the difference.
It was colder.
No, that was quite clever. So I should have pulled them a bit better than that. Now what we can do as well, you can flavour them. So I'm just going to flavour one of the ones you didn't like too much. So this one here, so that's some red currant jelly which we made because we did some IKEA meatballs today. So as you can see, you can make it red, you can put different flavours in it. Orange liqueur is quite nice in it actually. I might try that later, a little bit of orange liqueur. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to put it all in there, whisk it up, And then once this cools a bit, we're going to decorate it. Thank you.